Welcome back to my channel at The Movie Optimist, where I try and find the silver linings in even the worst of films. We are fast approaching the end of 2025, and I wanted to make a video talking about my 5 most disappointing movies that I've seen this year. Now, this isn't to say that I think these movies are terrible movies, because some of them on here are actually good movies that were well received by mostly everybody. It's just movies that I walked out of the most disappointed. So again, I'm not saying they're bad, but for me, I was disappointed. Coming in at number 5 is Nosferatu. This movie was hyped up to the atmosphere for me. I love the writer and director of this movie. He's often talked about how Nosferatu was something that as a child he's wanted to adapt. He made a play about it when he was in school, and he just talked about how much love he had for this character, that I was so confident going into it, especially after seeing like The Northman and The Lighthouse, that it was going to truly be something special, and I was bored out of my fucking mind. That movie was so dreadfully boring. Now, I'll say this, the cinematography in it was next level. I'm a cinematographer myself, so I could really appreciate when a movie is very atmospheric, very gothic, lit really well. You got big moon silhouettes and everything like that, and big, rich, dark shadows. The movie was beautiful to behold, and it's the one thing I was able to grasp onto while I was watching it, that I was able to find some enjoyment out of it, but the movie as a whole was just dreadfully boring. The performances were great, but like, I don't want to see a movie about a vampire where there's like no vampire kills or anything like that. Like, for me, I need it to be a little bit more, I don't want to say action-packed, but if I'm going to see a movie about Dracula, I want to see him kill and eat people. Nosferatu kills like maybe a handful of people in this film. He kills a couple kids, but you don't actually see it. You just see the after effects of it. He quickly kills somebody like on a boat for like a split second. Like, there was no violence in it that I was expecting from a Robert Eggers film about Nosferatu. It was just people walking down really long, dark lit hallways. It was very moody and very creepy. I'm not taking that away from it, but I was just so bored, and there was no high kill count. There was no violence in it. Like, I was just expecting to be on the edge of my seat more and to have a lot more brutal, hard-hitting like violence in it, and I didn't get that. So ultimately, I left feeling very disappointed in this film. Coming in at number 4 is I Know What You Did Last Summer. I am a huge fan of the original 2 with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar, and I was really excited when I heard that they were making another one, because it's not technically a reboot, it's a sequel. It's technically the 3rd in this franchise, and I just really took to those movies. I thought they were really fun early 90s slasher films with a really fun, charismatic cast and a really cool villain that would kill people with a fish hook or a meat hook, whatever you want to call it. And when I saw that they were bringing back Freddie Prinze Jr., I was just so excited. And if you don't want any spoilers, just stop watching this video, but I'm going to spoil something at the end. In the first 2 films, Freddie Prinze Jr. goes through hell and back to save his girl twice, and they get to ride into the sunset. And then the writer of this movie decided to take everything that we've grown to love about those characters and flip it on its head and make it that they break up, and now Freddie Prinze Jr. becomes the villain of this film and wants to remind the town of the killer because they seem to have forgotten. So he starts killing a new set of kids, and you just ruined him as a character. And I can't go and watch the first 2 now and appreciate it, because I know that the end of his story is him just getting killed because he becomes the killer. And I was so dissatisfied, and I felt so disrespected as a fan of the lore of this. I thought that the writer completely dropped the ball, and I was actually mad leaving this film, hoping that it wouldn't do good, because I did not want to see where they were going to go with this. I almost hoped they just retcon it and make another one where that didn't happen, and bring Freddie Prinze Jr. back again to, you know, make him the hero again, because that's what we really want to see. They really dropped the ball on this, and I was just super disappointed with it. So it comes in at number 4. And number 3 is Wolfman. When I originally saw it, I tried really hard when I left the theater to find good things about it, and I even gave it a positive score. But upon rewatching it again and having time to sit and think about it, I've become more and more disappointed with this film. My favorite one is American Werewolf in London, specifically because of the transformation scene. It is such a grotesque, creepy, horrifying transformation that Hollywood just can't seem to get right, because they keep doing these bullshit CGI versions of that. And I think that the practicality of the transformation into this giant wolf creature was one of the things that were the most horrifying about it. And even going all the way down to Marvel and their Wolfman thing, I was expecting it to look like a wolf, but they made it look like a very hairy man. I hate that design of a Wolfman where it just looks like a man with hair on his face. It's so lazy and uninspired, and I really really wanted them to go the full Wolfman transformation in this, but they did the body dysmorphia thing where it's essentially just a man where his bones are protruding out of his skin a little bit and he gets a little hairy. Like, there was nothing cool looking about this Wolfman. I wish they just went the full CG route. And although I didn't necessarily hate the story, I just can't watch a Wolfman movie unless it goes full wolf. Like, I'm just never gonna respect that after getting American Werewolf in London 30 years ago, and that stuff still looks better than the shit that they're giving us today in modern Wolfman movies. So yeah, ultimately I was disappointed in that film. Therefore, it's gonna be on number 3 on my list. Coming in at number 2 is Jurassic World, the new one with Scarlett Johansson. I don't even remember the goddamn name of it. It was that forgettable. I know it's Jurassic World something. New World Order? I don't know. I think that's the Captain America thing. Regardless, I love Scarlett Johansson. I love Jonathan Bailey from Wicked, and I love Mahershala Ali. So right off the bat, you got a cast that has me excited. You don't have to do much else. Just give me a good story about them fighting off dinosaurs. But then they decided to make it take place on an island and give it almost the exact same story as the first Jurassic Park. They even went so far as to take material from the first Jurassic Park book and put it in this movie because Steven Spielberg didn't feel that the CGI was at a point where it would be believable when he made it, so they just recycled it here. And the entire time I was watching the film, I was like, why are we on a fucking island again? I'm so sick of the whole taking dinosaurs and brought them to an island, and now people have to go there to get a thing, a MacGuffin, to get off the island to cure this cancer or whatever the case may be. It's like, we've seen it 100 effing times, and I'm so sick of it, and it's so lazy. Say what you will about the last Jurassic Park with Chris Pratt, at least they had the balls to take it off an island and say what would happen if they came out into the real world and were living amongst us. Now, they didn't stick to that. They obviously brought it back to an island again, but the idea that they set up in the second one with Chris Pratt at the end, I thought was genius, and they should have just stuck to that and made an entire movie about dinos running through Manhattan, running through the hills of California, and you have this team of Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali as military trying to hunt down everything and save people from dinosaurs going through skyscrapers and going through the Hollywood Hills. Like, that to me would have felt fresh and exciting, and instead we brought it back to an island, and I was just bored out of my face outside of like the 3 set pieces they had. Otherwise, out of the 2-hour movie, an hour and a half of it is really just watching them walk around and talk about their problems, and then they introduced that new family in it that served absolutely no purpose, and I was just really disappointed in this film. If you just give me 2 hours of this on an island where the dinosaurs are actually eating people, I would have forgave it a little bit more, because it's like, okay, we're getting the same story, but at least we're getting some good dino action, but there's like 5 people in the entire movie, so they can only kill like 1 or 2 people by the end of it, and I was just really let down by it. So it comes in at number 2. And then coming in at number 1, my most disappointed movie of the year, and I hate to say it because I know I'm in the vast minority, it's Fantastic Four. Didn't love, but I liked the original 2, the first Fantastic Four and the Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer, but I'm aware they were super cheesy, super campy, bad dialogue, bad acting, bad CGI, but the Silver Surfer was cool as fuck, and you'd be lying if you said otherwise. This movie was supposed to set up the Fantastic Four in a new light, a more serious light, focus more on the science, focus more on the drama, focus more on the family aspect. It took place in this Jetsons type futuristic world that took place in the past, and I was really excited about the fact that we were going to get the Fantastic Four fighting Galactus. What I got out of this Fantastic Four film was a 2-hour movie of people sitting in rooms and talking science, and then when the ending battle finally happens, it's not so much a battle as much as it's just mom pushes bad guy through black hole to protect family. That was it. That was the entire Fantastic Four movie, is talking in rooms, and then mom uses superpowers to push guy through hole. And I was so disappointed in this movie. Don't get me wrong, the acting is great, the cast is great, the world I loved. I loved being in this world. It was really fun to see that world brought to life, like a world that lives in the past but has future technology. Really cool. I love Herbie, and I hear a lot of people push back against this whenever I say like I need more action. People are like, oh, all you want is action and blah blah blah, go watch Transformers. I don't only want action, but I believe that a superhero movie needs to have a balance. It needs to be fun, entertaining, action-packed, have heart, have good drama. You need all of that. That's why I thought Thunderbolts was phenomenal. It had good action in it, it had drama, it had high stakes, it was entertaining, but it also had really good character moments and good chemistry between the cast. Like, it just had the best of everything. Fantastic Four was a family drama that was wrapped up into a superhero movie with no superhero stuff in it. Like, sure, we get the scene where they're evading the Silver Surfer through like the black wormhole or whatever, and that was fun, but that was 10 minutes. And then you get the ending where the mom pushes Galactus through the black hole. That lasted all of 10 minutes. But then you're just left with another hour and 45 minutes of just watching them sit in these fancy rooms and talk. And it was just so boring. And I brought 3 of my nephews with me, and they all fell asleep. Like, they all fell fell asleep like halfway into the movie because it was boring. There was no set pieces that were exciting. Even the space thing, it's like, it's just a giant CGI mess. Like, there's nothing cool or practical about it. And I'm sure a lot of people love that scene. I know my buddy John loved that scene, but I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I wanted to see more of them using their powers. Like, it's, yeah, sure, like a good chase is good in like an action movie about like a detective, but when it's a movie about the Fantastic Four, we have a guy that could stretch, you have a guy that looks like a giant rock, you have a guy that could turn into a ball of fire, and you have a girl that can go invisible. I want to see them use those powers. Like, don't put them in a ship and have them just flying around space. That's just not fun to me. My nephews went and saw the Thunderbolts with me, and they were on the edge of their seats the whole time. They went and saw Superman with me. They were on the edge of their seats the whole time. Then we went and saw Fantastic Four, and they fell asleep. And I was borderline falling asleep because the movie was boring. It was just a boring, terrible superhero movie with a good family drama in the middle of it. I was just so disappointed. I don't like the director, I'm starting to realize. And why I say that is because that's also the same guy that did WandaVision, and he clearly doesn't really care for action. He excels at the drama aspect of it, but there needs to be a balance, and this did not have it. This was not a great superhero movie. Like, if you're being honest with yourself and you're listening to what I'm saying, it was a great drama with these Marvel characters, but it was a terrible, entertaining superhero movie. And I had so much hope going into this that it was going to be the perfect balance of all of it, and I was just so let down walking out of it that I could honestly say I actually hated this movie. Like, outside of the performances, I hated this movie. I did not like Galactus. I did not find him threatening. Sure, he's big and tall, but it's like the most violent thing he did was stretch Mr. Fantastic, which was another problem I had with it. This dude could stretch around the planet. There are literally comic covers of him stretching around the planet to protect Earth, but he gets stretched 4 feet and he's almost dead. Like, it was just such a letdown. It was such a disappointment. Mr. Fantastic can stretch his fist into the size of an F-16 and knock out Godzilla, and he doesn't do anything in this movie. Mr. Fantastic doesn't do anything in this movie. I was just super disappointed. But what do you guys think? Are any of these movies on your list? What are some of the movies that you have in yours if I don't have any of them on mine? Let's talk about it in the comments down below. And as always, guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll catch you next time.